Have you ever paid bills with tension or experienced an overwhelming feeling of joy after completing a purchase? It turns out that there's a whole orchestra of psychological and neurological processes playing behind the scenes every time money enters the equation. Now let's explore the fascinating subject of how money has a tremendous impact on our behavior and brain. Here are 15 ways, backed by science, that demonstrate the complex relationship we have with those pieces of paper and digital numbers we value so much. 1. The dopamine kick. The dopamine kick refers to the rush of excitement and happiness we feel when we spend money. It happens because our brains release a chemical called dopamine when we buy something we like. This dopamine makes us feel really good, almost like a reward for spending money. Advertisers and companies know about this and often use it to make us want to buy more things. So when we see an ad for something we want, our brain gets excited, and we might feel eager to go out and buy it. However, it's important to be careful because constantly seeking this dopamine kick by spending too much money can lead to financial problems like debt or not being able to save for important things. So while it feels good to buy things, it's also important to think about whether we really need them and if they're worth the money in the long run. 2. The pain of paying. The pain of paying is the uncomfortable feeling we sometimes get when we have to spend money. It's like a little sting in our minds when we hand over cash or swipe our cards to make a purchase. This feeling happens because our brains are wired to be cautious about losing things, including money. So even though buying something might be exciting, there's also a part of our brain that doesn't like seeing our money go away. This can make us hesitate before making a purchase or feel a bit guilty afterward, especially if we're spending a lot or if the item isn't really necessary. Understanding this pain of paying can help us be more mindful about our spending and make better decisions about where to put our money. 3. Money and self-control. Money and self-control are closely linked because how we handle our money often reflects our ability to control our impulses and make wise decisions. When we have good self-control, we're better at managing our finances, sticking to budgets, and resisting the temptation to overspend on things we don't really need. This means we're more likely to save money for important goals like emergencies or future plans. On the other hand, if we struggle with self-control, we might find ourselves giving in to impulse purchases, spending money on things that aren't priorities, or accumulating debt because we couldn't resist buying something right away. Developing strong self-control when it comes to money takes practice and discipline, but it can lead to greater financial stability and peace of mind in the long run. 4. Wealth and empathy. Wealth and empathy explores how financial status can influence our ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Research suggests that individuals from wealthier backgrounds may exhibit lower levels of empathy, possibly due to their different life experiences and societal norms. However, empathy is a complex trait influenced by various factors beyond wealth alone, including upbringing and personal values. Cultivating empathy involves understanding different perspectives and recognizing our shared humanity. 5. Social comparison. Social comparison refers to the tendency we have to evaluate ourselves in comparison to others. In the realm of money, this means that we often gauge our financial standing relative to our peers, friends, or colleagues. Whether consciously or subconsciously, we compare our income, possessions, lifestyle, and overall financial status to those around us. This comparison can evoke feelings of envy, inadequacy, or superiority, depending on whether we perceive ourselves as better off or worse off than others. Social media platforms exacerbate this phenomenon by providing constant opportunities for comparison, as users showcase curated snapshots of their lives, including their material possessions and experiences. However, it's important to recognize that social comparison is a natural human tendency that can motivate us to strive for improvement or foster a sense of connection with others. By being mindful of the influence of social comparison on our attitudes and behaviors, we can strive to cultivate gratitude for what we have and focus on our own unique paths to financial well-being. 6. Money and happiness. Money and happiness explores the relationship between wealth and well-being. While money can provide access to resources and experiences that contribute to happiness, its impact is more complex than simply buying things. Research shows that beyond meeting basic needs, additional wealth may not significantly increase overall happiness. Factors like relationships, health, and a sense of purpose play crucial roles in long-term satisfaction. It's also important to note that the pursuit of material wealth alone may lead to diminishing returns on happiness. Instead, prioritizing experiences over possessions, fostering meaningful connections, and finding fulfillment in non-material aspects of life are often more conducive to lasting happiness. Ultimately, while money can enhance certain aspects of life, true happiness stems from a holistic approach that encompasses various facets of well-being beyond financial wealth. 7. The Endowment Effect. The endowment effect refers to the tendency we have to overvalue items that we own compared to identical items that we don't own. Essentially, once we possess something, we attach a higher value to it simply because it's ours. This cognitive bias can influence our decisions when it comes to buying, selling, or trading possessions. For example, if we own a particular item, we may be reluctant to sell it for its market value because we perceive its worth to be higher due to our ownership. Similarly, if we're considering purchasing an item we don't own, we may be unwilling to pay as much for it as we would if we already owned it. The endowment effect can lead to irrational decision-making and can impact various aspects of our lives, from personal finance to negotiation strategies. Understanding this bias can help us make more rational choices when it comes to buying, selling, or valuing possessions, ultimately leading to more informed and balanced decision-making. 8. Financial anxiety. Financial anxiety is the stress and worry people feel about their financial situation, often caused by debt, job insecurity, or struggling to make ends meet. It can lead to physical symptoms like tension and emotional effects, such as fear and frustration. Financial anxiety can impact daily life, relationships, and mental health. Managing it involves facing challenges, seeking support, and developing healthy coping strategies like budgeting and mindfulness. 9. Money as a motivator. Money as a motivator examines how financial rewards can drive behavior and performance. While money can incentivize individuals to work harder and achieve goals, intrinsic factors like autonomy and purpose often play a more significant role in long-term motivation and fulfillment. Balancing extrinsic and intrinsic motivators is key to effectively harnessing money as a motivator, ensuring alignment with personal values and goals for sustainable success and satisfaction. 10. Cognitive dissonance in spending. Cognitive dissonance in spending refers to the mental discomfort or conflict we experience when our spending behavior contradicts our beliefs, values, or self-image. For example, if we pride ourselves on being thrifty but splurge on an expensive item, we may feel conflicted afterward. This discrepancy between our actions and our beliefs creates cognitive dissonance, which can lead to feelings of guilt, regret, or rationalization. To resolve this discomfort, we may justify our spending by convincing ourselves that the purchase was necessary or that we deserve the indulgence. Alternatively, we might adjust our beliefs or values to align with our spending behavior, thereby reducing the cognitive dissonance. Understanding cognitive dissonance in spending can help us make more mindful purchasing decisions and align our spending habits with our values and goals, ultimately reducing feelings of guilt or conflict associated with spending. 11. Money and risk-taking. Money and risk-taking examines how financial factors influence our attitude towards risk. Individuals often weigh potential gains and losses when making financial decisions. Higher financial stakes can lead to greater caution, while those with less financial security may be more willing to take risks for potential rewards. Personal attitudes towards money also play a role, with some opting for conservative approaches to avoid loss, while others embrace risk as a path to growth. Understanding this relationship helps individuals make informed financial choices that align with their goals. 12. The saver's high. The saver's high is the sense of satisfaction and achievement people feel when they save money or reach financial goals. It stems from the feeling of control and security that comes with building financial stability. Saving represents a proactive step towards future security, empowering individuals and reinforcing positive financial habits. This mindset fosters a sense of accomplishment and motivation to continue saving and planning for the future. 13. The illusion of control. The illusion of control is when people overestimate their ability to control outcomes, especially in uncertain situations like finances. This can lead to risky decisions or superstitions related to money. While feeling in control can provide confidence, it's important to recognize its limitations and make decisions based on evidence rather than perceived control. Understanding this illusion helps people make better financial choices for long-term well-being. 14. The anchoring effect. The anchoring effect is a cognitive bias where people rely too much on initial information when making decisions. In money matters, this bias can impact how individuals perceive prices, values, and investment opportunities. For example, starting negotiations with a high price can influence perceptions of what's reasonable. Being aware of this bias helps people make more informed financial decisions by considering multiple reference points and avoiding undue influence from initial anchors. 15. Money and identity. Money and identity explores how our financial status shapes our sense of self. For some, wealth is linked to success and status, while others prioritize non-material values. Cultural norms and personal experiences also influence this relationship. Understanding how money intersects with identity helps individuals make financial decisions aligned with their values and sense of fulfillment. In conclusion, the complex interplay between money and the human psyche reveals a multifaceted relationship characterized by dopamine-driven rewards, cognitive biases, social dynamics, and existential reflections. By understanding these psychological and neurological processes, we can gain deeper insights into our financial behaviors and cultivate healthier attitudes toward money and wealth.